Discover the Caribbean from a new perspective with Calvin Air Helicopters. Call us today at 789-4354 or email reservations@calvinair.com. From providing access to higher learning, fostering young talent in music, to supporting youth development initiatives, the Calvin Air Foundation is playing a pivotal role in nurturing the potential of tomorrow's leaders.
Center for this 2025 Calvin Air Women's Premier League here at the ABFA Technical Center. We're into the second round of this league so far. The first game of the second round is between Cutting Edge Football Academy and Lady Masters.
And just before we kick off, we just like to welcome everybody back after a couple of weeks of being away. Before we kick off, we go quickly through the starting lineups for Cutting Edge Football Academy. Amaya Hodge in goal, Denisha Samuel will be captain, Tassian Benjamin, Abisha Henry, Irisha Allen, Donisha Samuel, Jordan Enriquez, Marcia Jarvis, Brianna August, Abigail Simmons, and Khadija Proctor. For Lady Masters, Serenity Coburn in goal. They're being led by Kayla Melvin. And with her, there's Anthony Taylor, Kahalia James, Zaria Nathan, Brendia Johansson, Samoya Weeks, Azaria Cochrane, Jakayla Bellott, Naomi Williams, and Kimberly Jeffers.
Yeah, and I'm George Sawdubbin. Alongside me is
Desmond Zico Blow.
And I'd like to ask welcome you back. You know, Z, it's been some 3 weeks now. And Lady Masters had a bye coming to the end of the first round. So Lady Masters has been out for a while. But to be all fairness, Lady Masters through the tournament, they have been getting better and better over the week. Seems like they've been training most of this training time. Should be really good for them to be able to, you know, maybe even get their first win here today. I know Cutting Edge last game to Dudley United FC. So hopefully they're looking to get back on winning terms.
I would agree with you. Hopefully, Lady Masters would have been able to get some quality training under their belt. I mean, obviously, we've seen the improvement from week to week for them, and I think it's at least prime time for them to get in the winning column, so to speak. They've shown steady improvement, as you mentioned, and hopefully that improvement can provide them with the full 3 points today.
And also for the Cutting Edge, we see Ajana Henry. It is Ajana
Martin.
Ajana Martin, is in the lineup, number 10 for Cutting Edge. I think she has missed the whole first round for her team. So she's always been a vocal point of this team in terms of the attack, and she's in this evening. So hopefully that could boost the firepower that Cutting Edge had to push them forward and maybe, you know, get back on level terms with Dudley United, who's not playing this evening. So they'll probably be tied at the top of the table if possible.
Yes, and we also see Lady Masters would have included Kitonya Skeppel. Young, exciting national U15 forward. So she would be eager to make her first appearance in this 2025 ABFA Women's Premier League. So I think it's shaping up to be an exciting encounter. Two very good goalkeepers on show as well. Serenity Coburn has been stellar so far in the tournament, and Maya Hodge has been solid for Cutting Edge FC. So we have the makings of what should be a really good game, and hopefully it lives up to the expectation.
Most definitely. So we have the referees already in center. The assistant referees are going to check the goal to make sure everything is in order here before we get underway. The match coordinator is steadily standing at the sideline, you know, just doing a countdown and due diligence before we could get this one underway. Yes, Zico, so definitely. So these two teams, Cutting Edge is in second place so far in the league, and Lady Masters is in the cellar, last place. Unfortunately, we have a dropout of the league in Fort Worth FC, so it seems like we're going to finish the league this season with 4 teams instead of the 5 that we started with.
It's unfortunate for them to be no longer included in the competition. They themselves would have showed some improvement from the start to where they were. As unfortunate as that may be, we still got to continue the league.
Definitely, and here we are on the way with Lady Masters kicking from south to north and Cutting Edge FC kicking from north to south. And here we are with Augustus on it for Cutting Edge. She plays this one down the line for Enriquez. Enriquez is chasing but being marshaled by cleared forward there by Lady Masters, picked up by Brown but challenged by Cochrane, and this ball ricochets off Cochrane into touch for training for Cutting Edge. Train to be taken by Melvin.
We see Cutting Edge going on the offensive early, George. I think they are signaling their intent to try to go after this game as early as they possibly can and try to make some inroads into the Lady Masters defense.
Definitely. That one is kicked into touch by August. So another throw in here for the Lady Masters. Most definitely, in these kind of games, after they lose, you know, when they come back out, I think you have to try to stop the attempt in the attacking sense of it most naturally. So, you know, I think Cutting Edge is going to try to take advantage of this Lady Masters team being young and a bit inexperienced.
I think what's interesting from the jump, we see Lady Masters lining up Jacayla Bellot in that centre back role, looking to deal with Ajana Martin. I think that takes a little bit away from their potency in the attack. She would be their leading scorer for the season, but they're well recognizing the need to ensure that the game doesn't get out of hand early. And I think Jacayla switching to that centre back role, they're looking to stay in the game and then introduce Skeppel later on to hopefully get something positive from the
and there was
game.
a shot on goal there just now by the Lady Masters team, but the ball went straight into the hand of Amaya Hodge, and she rolls it out for a wing back. Wing back plays it up the line, played forward to Jana Martin, ball skip crossing on, but it looks like Bellot will get there first, and Bellot does. Plays it into midfield, but picked up by Hodge, by August. August with a heavy touch and challenged by the number 4 for Lady Masters. Number 4 comes away with it, plays it down to her teammate. She tries to place it through the gap, but picked up by Denicia. Denicia tries to play it forward, but intercepted by Cochrane, and Benjamin is on the chase, but Benjamin gets there first, rolls it back to Hodge. Hodge rolls it out to Denicia Samuel. Samuel plays it wise to Enriquez. Enriquez a great touch, looks for options, back to Samuel. Denicia Samuel looks up, plays it to Proctor. Proctor plays it to Enriquez, but there's a player down. And this player looks to be like Brianna Gus.
Yeah, there was a bit of a collision between Gus and Abisha Henry, and it just looks like Brianna needed a little bit of attention. It didn't look too serious from our vantage point, so hopefully that magic spray does the trick, George.
Well, the magic spray usually does the trick, and I've never seen anyone really gotten the magic spray and didn't return. So I believe the magic spray will be definitely do this tonight. Well, yes, you can see that Cutting Edge is really trying to stroke this ball around. I see that they're taking most of the attack through the left-hand side of their attacking their team with Enriquez. And there was a good sequence of 5 to 6 passes just now, trying to spread the Lady Masters team as wide as they can to try to create gaps for players to run through, like Ajana Martin and Simmons.
I think Khadija Proctor is going to be really instrumental in this game. I think she would be looking to improve her performance from the last one, where she really didn't get into the game much. Hopefully that changes, and we'll see a little bit more of her controlling the pace and the tempo of the Cutting Edge attack.
Yeah. And there's a free kick here for the Cutting Edge team to be taken by Ajana Martin, Abisha Henry over this one. Plays it big into the box. Met by Bellot. Falls at midfield, picked up by Lady Masters. But Simmons, Simmons plays it to Martin. Martin plays it through to Sharp. Sharp shoots at goal, but ball goes straight into the hands of Serenity Colborne, and that's her first action for the evening, Zico.
That's just a quick correction to the starting lineup. So for Cutting Edge FC, Ajana Martin is actually in, and Irisha Allen is out. So that would be just a quick amendment, quick correction to the starting lineup for the Cutting Edge FC. Ajana Martin, the number 10, leading the attack, and Irisha Allen would have been out of the starting lineup.
Oh, all right. And there's Proctor playing that one to Sharp, but intercepted by the Lady Master defender. There's number 4 for Lady Masters. Number 2 has it, plays it to Cochrane. Cochrane looking for options, has 2 defenders. Tried to take them on, but she was crowded out. Ball still fall for Cochrane. Cochrane and Benjamin chasing. Benjamin gets there first, play to Abisha Henry. Henry back to Benjamin. Tassia Benjamin moving forward, plays it to August. August back to Benjamin. Benjamin plays it to Enriquez. Enriquez to August. August looks up, try to change play. Lovely left-footed cross field. Falls to Sharp. Sharp being hounded by 2 defenders, but Sharp comes away from them. Some nifty footwork, tries to place it into Martin, but there was Melvin, and it goes into touch for the first corner kick of the evening here for Cutting Edge, Zico.
Yes, good link-up play. Nice switch by Brianna August from left to right. Sharp's first touch let her down, got into a little bit of trouble, but she was able to elude 2 defenders and look to play that ball across the goal. But good defensive awareness by Kayla Melvin to see that one out.
Definitely. And the corner was taken, but cleared by Lady Masters. Still cleared up by Lady Masters. Ball with number 17. 17 goes around Proctor. Proctor is chasing back. Good pressure by Proctor. And then ball played by Denisha Samuel. The Proctor. Proctor tried to play it outside, but intercepted. Number 2 has it for Lady Masters. Tried to play it to Cochrane, but well read by Denicia. And there is a foul on Denicia by Cochrane. So it's a free kick to Cutting Edge. Just a quick thought, and we started with the 5 teams, now we're down to 4. I know how it is with the official rules and the FIFA rules and certain things. Do you think that the players who would like to go on and play for somebody should be allowed to do so, or based on the transfer window? I'm just saying on your thought, what do you think? Because I know it's for me, if I was a player and my team drop out, I would be disheartened. I can't continue to play. So I just want
the human in me would wish that there would be something that, or some provision that could be made. I'm not sure what the logistics are. I'm not sure what the official ruling would be. However, if we do run it by the book, it would seem that they would have to wait until the next available transfer window. Unfortunately, the league would have been completed by then. So it's an unfortunate situation. But again, to answer your question, the human in me would wish that there's something that could be done, and hopefully there's something that can be done. But it's really unfortunate that we have a bunch of players who could be good additions to the current teams in the competition being unavailable or not being able to continue their season.
Most definitely. So yeah, there was a free kick just now for Cutting Edge taken by Abisha Henry, but Simmons got her hand in the way and there's an infringement, so it's a free kick now for Lady Masters. Ball played over the top. Number 12 Jefferson, number 16 Savage Jefferson, but a lovely turn and confidence there by Abisha Henry. Plays it out to Tasia. Benjamin has some time on, some pressure from Cochrane. And Benjamin lost it, but the number 4, Lynch, could not take control of it, and the ball goes into touch for a throw-in to Cutting Edge. She has options in August. She chose it to August. August tries to play it back one time, but off the boot of August. Melvin to take the throw. Melvin chose it to Cochrane. Cochrane takes, try to give it back to Melvin. Picked up here by Lynch. Now Bellard boots it over the top. And Jeffers is on the run here, chasing Donisa Samuel. Samuel plays it to Samuel again. Up to Benjamin. Benjamin takes and turns, but the assistant referee deems that one to have crossed the line. So it's a throw-in to Lady Masters. Taken quickly to Nathan. Nathan couldn't take it under control. Picked up by Cochrane. Cochrane is still on it. Still Cochrane. Now Benjamin. Benjamin looks to support. She finds it through midfield, but intercepted by Lynch. Lynch being challenged by Simmons. Simmons has it. Lovely turn by Simmons. Simmons plays it to Martin. Martin has it still looking up. Plays it wide for Enriquez. Enriquez going to goal. Enriquez cross. But this one goes straight to Colborne. And Colborne, using the full length of our box to our advantage, shows this one wide. Picked up by Nathan. Nathan tries to go on the corner, but met by Henry. And there's a strong challenge there by the number 8, which is Johansson for Lady Masters, and we have an infringement here. And another free kick at the midway point for Cutting Edge.
Actually, that looks like the number 9, Samoya Weeks there, George, with a really strong, aggressive challenge. I think what they are lacking in ball control, they're definitely trying to make up for in physicality. Let's see if it pans out for them.
Yes, and that one was played forward, headed on. They tried to head clear by Bellard, but it flicked onward to the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper was sharp and off her line early to collect. August tried to shoot on goal, but this one is going wide of the mark. Into touch for a goal kick to the Lady Masters. As we had a bit of flurry for the Cutting Edge team here. We have been in this half for quite some time. It seems like the Lady Masters struggling to get out, but they're not giving up any easy opportunities. They're still fighting and battling on. So it looks like it's going to definitely be a game here for the Cutting Edge. So
I think Lady
a bit
Masters
of individual ingenuity.
Lady Masters missing a bit of quality in the middle of the field. So they're finding it difficult to hold on to the ball. But obviously, Bellot playing at centre back doesn't give you. She's not in that advanced role as she would have been in the last two games where they looked a little bit more organized, a little bit more threatening. So hopefully she can do her job defensively, and then once we see that change, then something else could happen for them. But for now, they're just trying to stay in the game as much as they can, be physical, slow it down, don't allow Cutting Edge FC to impose their style of play, which is intricate passing, good interchange, and switching of the play. And hopefully they can possibly nick one through the speedy Jeffers going the other end.
You know, the free kick taken by Martin, a lovely one for Enriquez here. Enriquez is on it, still Enriquez, and Enriquez shoot to goal. And there's a goal here for the Cutting Edge team, Zico. Deadlock broken in the 13th minute by Jordan Enriquez. So it's 1-0 to Cutting Edge here in the 13th minute of play. A lovely cross by Ajana Martin and met by Jordan Enriquez and tucked into the back of the net by Jordan Enriquez. So a 1-0 lead here to Cutting Edge.
A little bit of indecision in the box. Uncharacteristically from Serenity, which has had a very, I think she's been one of the bright spots in the tournament. Just a little bit of indecision as far as coming to collect this ball or even communicating with the defenders. But hopefully she gets past this and gets back to her usual stellar self.
Well, and I find the Lady Master team is a bit flat. Like there's no vice, there's no, you know, they usually had a little more hype to them, a little more running about, and not really sensing that a bit. But I guess as we go on, they probably will get a little more into the game. Melvin and Bella in these as two centre back is not a bad pairing, but now it seems like there's a switch. Seems like Bellot is moving more forward, but now we see they have Cochrane, who has played central midfield for majority of the tournament and has been pretty decent essentially because I think she's one of the playing in a wide position now where she's just nullified, standing out here with I think she's a better central mid from my vantage point. I've seen her for the last 4 weeks, but here we go with Cutting Edge on the attack, Sharp down the right, Sharp cuts back, still Sharp, has help, plays it to Donisha Samuel, Donisha plays it into Proctor, Proctor has some options, plays it wide but intercepted, picked up by Cutting Edge, by the Lady Master player, but it runs into touch and it's a throw-in for Cutting Edge Z. They're looking flat, Z, the Lady Masters. You know, it's like maybe that long layoff, but here we go. Ball thrown into Abisha Henry. Abisha plays it across to Tassia Benjamin. Benjamin, the nifty footwork, a lovely turn, has runners in August. August tries to turn, but well read by Melvin. Melvin tries to clear, but picked up by Tassia and Benjamin. Still Benjamin being hounded by Cochrane. Now plays into Simmons. A great touch and turn by Simmons. Simmons looking for help, but she's being hounded by Nathan. Nathan passes to Cochrane. Cochrane tries to find Bellot, but it didn't reach. Now Abisha Henry with a poor touch, but picked up by the number
6.
Number 6 it is.
Yes.
Number 6 tries to come back around, but the ball was played into the hands of Sharp. And it's a free kick for Lady Masters. Yeah, because Zico, Weeks was playing in right back, I think, for most of it. Now Weeks is playing in central midfield. So I think the coach trying a few little tactical changes. But anyway, here we go. Melvin with the free kick. Played it into Bellot. Bellot tries to hold it, but couldn't. Proctor has it. Proctor looking for options. She finds August. August has time and space. Tries to play it through to Enriquez. Ball gets you. Enriquez is on the chase, but she's being chased by a defender. Enriquez goes across the number 15. Still a strong challenge and good recovery by the number 15 player in Williams. And Williams got back perfectly to get her foot in the way of Enriquez's cross, and the ball goes into touch for a corner kick.
Good recovery run there by Naomi Williams. Jordan being played through, bearing down on goal, looking to get around that defense and swing that ball across. But good recognition of danger by Williams and a good tackle.
Yeah, and I must say it was a lovely first touch there by Enriquez to go across the defender, just to use her body as a shield, but because of power and pace, the defender did enough to get back. And that was a one to try to play between Melvin and Cochrane, but Melvin has it now with being chased by him, plays it through. But Tassia Benjamin, a sliding challenge to play this one back to her goalkeeper, Hodge. Hodge with a poor clearance. Jeffers have it now. Jeffers try to go around her marker in Samuel. Still Jeffers. Jeffers tries to shoot, but Samuel is not giving up. Still Jeffers. Jeffers rolls it back to Nathan to Weeks, Bella, and Bella turns and tries to shoot the goal from some distance out, but this one goes wide of the mark and was allowed to run into touch by Hodge.
Yes, just a bit of a half chance there created by Lady Masters. You would have wanted that opportunity to fall to Bella as opposed to anyone else. Unfortunately, Jeffers did well to track down that loose ball, but was unable to find someone in a good scoring position, and that opportunity wasted there by Lady Masters.
And the ball played forward by Sharp, but picked up by Melvin. Melvin being hounded by Enriquez. Enriquez still there. Melvin gets past Enriquez. But Enriquez is still hounding. Cleared up the line by Melvin. Too hard for Cochran, and there's a chase on between Cochran and Benjamin, but Benjamin will get there first. Benjamin decides to take on Cochran and gets around her quite easily. Looking for the runner, plays it to Martin. Great touch by Martin. Martin tries to turn, but Lynch was there, but Martin did enough to get it back. Ajana Martin still on the move, cut, stops and go on. A lovely stop and go by Martin. But Williams wasn't giving up on the play, and Williams won it. But the poor clearance there by Williams, and the ball goes into touch for a corner kick again for the cutting edge here, Zico.
Yeah, good defensive work again from Naomi Williams, but I think she had a little bit more time than she displayed. I think she had enough time to turn. Unfortunately, giving up that corner kick.
Definitely. We're into some 19 minutes of play here and cutting edge with a strong 1-0 league. A shot here to goal by August, but straight into the arms of Serenity Colborne, who had that comfortably clean catch. She decides to throw it wide to Melvin. It's a good throw, but it goes over the head of Melvin, and Melvin couldn't catch up to it, and it goes into touch for throwing to cutting edge.
I think she would have done better to take it out of the air as opposed to letting it bounce, but gives them an opportunity to get back in a good defensive shape to deal with this throwing.
Into August back to Benjamin to Denicia. Denicia has options in Benjamin. She plays it wide to Benjamin. Benjamin strides forward with it, tries to play it infield, but cut out by Nathan. Nathan tried to go forward, but it's a bit heavy, and it falls for Abisha. Proctor using her body well, turns one around the corner, but there was no runner. And picked up by Naomi Williams, intercepted by Simmons. The number 2 for Lady Masters has it now, looks for help. Plays it to Nathan, back to the number 2. Number 2 plays it, try to play forward. Picked up by Samuel. Jeffers. Benjamin plays over the top and cleared high and hard there by Melvin. And this one, it goes into touch for throwing.
High, hard, and not at all handsome there, George.
Well, in this situation,
anywhere will do.
Yeah, not taking no chances. They're already 1 goal down and under some pressure. So she decides to try to move it and try to regroup.
One will left John.
August.
One will left John down the line.
Cleared by Lynch. Coquin. Proctor. Still Proctor. Sharp now for cutting edge. Sharp comes inside looking for options. Tries to play to Simmons, but Sharp was fouled by Weeks. And we have a free kick for cutting edge.
I think George Cutting Edge are in firm hold of this game, pretty much having their way in the middle of the field. As you mentioned, Cochrane seems to be wasted on that right-hand side for Lady Masters. Hopefully that can be a tactical adjustment to add a little bit of more cohesion for them in this game.
And there's a shot on goal just now there by Brianna August, but straight into the arms of Colborne. And as you said some weeks ago, Zico, Colborne has been very good in positioning herself. You know, she didn't have to try to make the most difficult saves. She's always in good position to make the comfortable saves. And, you know, it's coming to recognize that she really is good in positioning herself and being there for a team to keep them in games. And here we have a free kick for the Lady Masters team to be taken by Melvin. Down 1-0, I think Lady Masters is going to try to get his ball as high as up the field as possibly can and hope for a mistake by the cutting edge defense and to give them a chance to go on to goal.
I think in that situation, she'd be looking for Jacayla Bellot. Unfortunately, the accuracy of the pass left a lot to be desired.
And this one was shielded out by Melvin, being the more aggressive player there than Jordan Enriquez, using her body and getting there early to shield this one into play. So he started short here now to Melvin. Melvin cleans it upfield. Cochran is approaching. Great touch and turn by Cochran. Tries to play it to Bellot. The ricochets and being picked up here by Tassia Benjamin. Benjamin turns out. Benjamin with time, but being charged by Bellot. Plays it into Simmons. Simmons has a gospel support pass by Simmons, but intercepted by Benjamin. Benjamin plays it down the line for Enriquez. Enriquez has acres of space with an early cross by Enriquez into the box, but read by Colborne, and Colborne gets out quicker than Sharp could have gotten there and got that one.
Not a bad cross there by Jordan Enriquez. An early cross.
It's very teasing also,
Yes.
you know, leaving the goalkeeper and defender in 2 minds of which one of them should go to this. But there's a ball played forward. The chase is on here. Oh, and Jeffers with a heavy touch. And the ball went through to Hodge, and Hodge with an early clearance. Simmons has it. Simmons trying to get it under control, but under some pressure. And the ball come off the hands of Weeks. So it's a free kick for Cutting Edge.
I'll tell you about Joe George. It's just a heavy touch from Jeffers, but I think that's something that young Skeppel would be looking at. Those opportunities presenting themselves for her once she's introduced, and those would be encouraging signs for her as well as for Lady Masters if they can continue to create and continue to carve out those half chances. A player with the player the caliber of Katanya Skeppel could very well be the difference in this game as it progresses.
But most definitely, Zico. And we both looking forward to the introduction of young Skeppel into this game because she's an exciting talent. She's, you know, well coached by her father and I guess in whatever school she's attended. Yes. She attends school in the States. So I've seen her a couple of times and she's been very impressive. So we're looking forward to see her. But back into action here. Ball is with Cutting Lady Masters, played over the top. And there goes Jeffers. Jeffers is on the chase with Denise Samuel. Denise Samuel has it, looks for options. She gets it to Tassia Benjamin. Tassia Benjamin with a poor touch and it falls in midfield but picked up by Proctor. Proctor plays it wide for Enriquez. Enriquez has time, she turns, has the overlapping play of Benjamin, plays it forward to Benjamin, but a strong challenge by Melvin. Now Lynch has it, plays it for Cochran. Cochran with a dummy and tries to get around Samuel, but it was red. Samuel is coming away with it here. Samuel turns to the left foot and plays it up the line. Balls with Proctor. Proctor goes around one. Proctor's being challenged by Lynch, and there's a foul on Lynch coming through the back of Proctor there.
While we are speaking about the exciting Katanya Skeppel,
it looked like this was the introduction of Katanya Skeppel.
Would you have the same exact situation? Would you have started the game without her, as long as she's available?
And the number 2 is in. Taylor is in, and number 2, Taylor is out, and number 7, Isaac is in. Michaela Isaac is in now for the Lady Masters team, number 7. Zico, given your question just now.
Actually, that looks like Skeppel. That does look like Skeppel. The numbers may have been. I think that is Skeppel. It is indeed Skeppel. The number 9 is actually Samoya Weeks, who's already in the game. So I think that is indeed Katanya Skeppel wearing the number 7 for Lady Masters. But just to go back to your point, if she's fit and available from the start, are you starting this game without her?
And there we have the Lady Masters coming out, picked up, played in field to number 7, Nathan. Nathan tries to go around one, which is sharp, but Sharp wins that one. But referee has found it to be a foul there on Sharp. No, Zico, I would not have started without Skeppel. There's no way I'm going to have Skeppel on the bench. We could be playing against Brazil. See, she could have came in this afternoon straight off of her flight. She would be on the pitch. I am being honest here. I'm being honest, Zico. Skeppel, I think in her age category, she's given the best player
we have available.
The best striker we have. Yes. She's aggressive. She understands her roles and function. She's not bad on the ball. So why would I take that risk to be down to bring her on, to try to bring us back in the game when we starting at 0-0? That would not have happened. I am playing my best player.
Let's hope it was a situation. Well, we're not gonna second guess the coach's
No, I'm not.
decision.
I'm saying what I would have done, and you're saying what you would have done. I mean, a
But I
second.
think, I think we're on the same page as far as that is concerned. I think, especially in a game like this where you actually need the points, you should be looking to start, or you're hoping to start the second round very positively. I'm going full force from the start with everybody that I have available for me. Just an interesting segue.
Well, you'll definitely see. But as I say, for me, she would have started. I wasn't taking any chance on that starter. So when we have it with Melvin, Melvin cuts Enriquez. Still, Melvin has sometimes as an option. She has Lynch. She placed up the line for Lynch, but Lynch wasn't ready, so intercepted by Donisha Samuel plays it to Lynch. Lynch tried to play a Jana, but intercepted by Melvin. Melvin pokes it forward to Nathan. Nathan looking for Bellat, plays it into Bellat's feet. Bellat under some pressure from Tassia Benjamin. But Bellat comes away with it. But it's a bit heavy, and Abisha Sam Henry read it. Plays it out to Benjamin. Benjamin plays it to Simmons. Simmons has option. Plays it to August. August has some time. Plays it into Martin. Martin is a great touch, but being chased by Williams, and a lovely save by Serenity Colborne and picked up by Williams. Williams running out with it now. Full shuttle, picked up by Weeks. Weeks plays it forward, plays into Skepper. Skepper goes around Proctor. Skepper still has time. Skepper plays this one over the top and being chased by Jeffers. And Hodge has to come out, but there was an offside on Jeffers, and you know how this offside thing goes now. The referee has to wait until the player
touches it.
But as close as possible.
Yeah.
But just
amazing save there by Serenity Colborne there, George.
Definitely, most definitely. We can't fault Serenity there, and her timing was impeccable. She read the room really well, and forced Ajana into what the strike that she wanted her to take, and she got down and make the save. And as it is, Zico, since Keppel has entered the fray, Zico, the Lady Masters team has seen a bit more energized. I'm sure Skeppel has gotten more touch in 2 minutes of play, Zico, than players that has been out there for the past 20 odd minutes, Zico. So, as I say, I'm speaking, and I'm going to speak from experience in my time in Trinidad and in my time playing here in Antigua. When I used to come back from Trinidad, sometimes I come back days before Happens play, and I play straight into the starting lineup. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. That's the nature of football, right? And in times where after I've not been playing and I've been across in Montserrat, I used to come over to Antigua the day Happens playing and play full 90, whatever the case may be. And times it works all the time. So I'm saying it's not because nobody's afraid of me when I play, because I'm a good player and the coach wants his best players on the pitch. And in this case, Skeppel is amongst the best players on this Lady Master team. So I would have started her. Unfortunately, we don't know the coaches. What's the situation in terms of the coaching and, why he chooses to not start her. But nevertheless, she's in the game now, and I'm sure she's going to excite us here and create some havoc here for the defenders for the cutting edge team.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to proceedings. We have another 10 minutes. We're into the 30th minute of the first half, so we have another 10 minutes of play in the first intermission.
And here she goes, Skeppel on it, running forward. She tried to play one to Bellat, a lovely turn to Bellat. Bellat turns, tries to play it across to Jeffers, who is free on top of the 18, but Jeffers has strayed into an offside position, and there's a free kick to the cutting edge team, Zico. And this is the second or third offside on Jeffers, Zico, and so far, and both of them has come from play starting with Skeppel, Zico.
Yeah, so we definitely see a bit of excitement interjected into the Lady Masters team, and then that's the quality of that is the impact a player of her caliber brings to the situation. And then again, a lot of credit must be given to her dad for the work that he's done. I mean, that's no secret. We are familiar with the situation, so a lot of credit must be given to him. But she's definitely an exciting player and one for the future.
And to insert her into midfield is the correct idea, because there's not that much quality on the Lady Master teams in terms of the going forward or in general. That if you play her up front, she won't be getting any service. But having her at midfield, she could get it, run with it, and even provide for others who are making runs. So I think inserting her into midfield is the correct decision.
I think we should be looking to link up with Kayla Melvin, who's a very good player in her own right. And so you could have that combination between Kayla, who's playing in that centre-back position, Skeppel in midfield, and then Jakayla Bellot at the top. So hopefully that works out well for Lady Masters and they can find a way to get back into this game so we can have an exciting second half.
So they've moved Cochrane now into central defence with Melvin, due to the introduction of Skeppel. So here we go with Lady Masters attacking down the left with the number 9. Weeks turns. Weeks still has it. Plays it after a teammate, but picked up by Sharp. Sharp is running. Sharp looking for option. Plays it through for Ajana Henry, but Melvin gets there first, looking for option. She try to find Lynch. The ball goes past Lynch, and Denise Henry picks it up. But Lynch hustles back and got her foot in, and the ball falls to Melvin. Melvin has some time to look for options. She looks upfield, plays it upfield. Picked up by August though. August has it, plays it to Samuel. Samuel to Henry, to Martin. Martin turns, looking for option. Has Sharp, plays it to Sharp. But chucking back there was Williams. Now Cochrane has it. Cochrane looking for options. Finds Melvin. Great touch by Melvin. Melvin hooks it over the top. And Skeppel is on the run here against Abishan. Skeppel gets there first. Skeppel still there. Skeppel tries to go around Benjamin, but lovely defended by Tassia Benjamin. And she clears it to Sharp. Strong challenge there. August has it. August looking for option. Still August going. August cuts back. Looks in field, but only some pressure from Lynch. Nifty footwork there by August. August shoots at the goal, but this one chickles wide of Serenity Colebourne's goal and goes into touch for a goal kick.
And that's the directness of Kitanya Skeppel. I mean, chasing down a ball that she had absolutely no business winning and just making a nuisance of herself with those two centre-backs is going to be really, really interesting as the game progresses because they're going to get tired. She's going to continue running. And we have the makings of a really, really good game.
Yeah, most definitely. As I say, as we said, maybe it's a practical toy, a ploy by not starting it to give, just to see what's going on and then interjecting into the game. And so far, she has made an impact. She's just come on. And there's a foul there on Tassia Benjamin. So it's a free kick to Lady Masters to be taken by Melvin. Melvin is going to play it early. She plays it wide to Skeppel. Skeppel with a lovely first touch, heads up, plays a diagonal ball over the top for Jeffers. Jeffers and Weeks chasing, but Samuel gets there first and boots it into touch. And it ricochets off the defending player, which looks like the number 8 in Johansson, and is a throw-in for Cutting Edge. See Cutting Edge taking their very own the time to get the ball back into play.
We've definitely seen an increase in the tempo from Lady Masters with that introduction. So a little bit of energy, as you were saying. They looked a little bit flat as the game started, but clearly now they're up and running and making a game of this. The last 10 minutes have been fairly even. They've been really competitive. So hopefully that's the vein in which this game continues and we can have a good encounter.
And August has it. She tries to play it around the corner. But Cochrane is back. Cochrane gets there first, but under some pressure from Martin. And Cochrane was fouled by Martin. And the referee has awarded a free kick for the Lady Masters Team Zico. So we're some 35 minutes into this encounter here. Some 5 minutes of regulation time here to go. With Lady Masters leading 1-0 to Jordan Enriquez goal in the
13 minutes.
In 13 minutes, sorry, my bad. In the 13
Cutting Edge leading to Jordan Enriquez in the 13 minutes.
In the 13 minutes of play. Free kick taken by Cochrane, played over the top, met by Benjamin. Lovely first touch by Benjamin. Benjamin looks at options in Sharp. She gets it. Sharp plays it into Simmons. Simmons back to Sharp. Sharp plays it onto Martin, but he was a bit heavy and picked up by Melvin. Melvin goes straight to Serenity Colebourne. Colebourne back to Melvin. And Melvin's scupper clearance, but Cochrane bails her out of it. And balls fall for August. August is still on it. August elects to shoot. A lovely strike on goal on August, and this one goes directly straight into the back of the net past Serenity Colebourne. Some miscommunication there, Zico, through the Lady Masters defense, with Melvin rushing a clearance where she had acres of space and time to control and take her time and come out with. And Cochrane having the opportunity to help to clean up the mistake there by Melvin and didn't. And August took full advantage of the opportunity to strike a left-footed shot straight at goal and pass Serenity Colebourne in goal for a 2-0 lead.
Yes, I mean, you don't make those mistakes with players that have the ability to really strike the ball like Brianna August does, and obviously um, making Lady Masters pay for that error in the back line. Just when they were trying to get back into the game, just when they were being competitive, it's unfortunate to give up a goal in that nature when you really clawed yourself back into contention.
Yeah, most definitely. And since Skepler's come on, it seems like it is now a more direct approach for the Lady Masters team. Most bars Skepler picks up is just to either go cut and try to play a diagonal over the top for either Jeffers or Bellot to try to run onto. There was Skepler just now getting back, helping out in some defensive duties. She's playing a bit deeper now. And I think you can't be 1-0 down and making those kind of mistakes. And you know what I'm saying? And from watching August over the weeks, she's not the most mobile of person, but she's always looking to shoot.
She can kick.
Yeah, she's always looking to shoot, and given the opportunity, she's going to take it, and awarded the opportunity just now, she took full advantage of it. Ball cleared here by Williams, but picked up by Abigail Simmons. Abigail Simmons to Benjamin. Benjamin plays this one around the corner for Martin, but Martin couldn't get the Cochran gets there first. Cochran tries to come through the middle, but still under pressure. Cochran apparently not learning from her mistakes here, Zico. But this one ricochets off Cochran and goes straight back to the goalkeeper, Colborne. Zico, Cochran is taking some huge risk here trying to dribble out to the back and under some serious pressure. But here we are with Skepper. Skepper turns and boot this one over the top. Being chased down by Jeffers and Nathan, but crowded out by the two defenders on cutting edge, which is Samuel and Samuel. And Donisha Samuel is with it, tries to play it infield, gets it to August. August has it looking for option. August plays it over the top to Ajana Martin, but Ajana Martin has strayed just shoulder length ahead of our defender and was ruled to be offside.
Just going a bit early there, John. I think she had enough. It's a 1v1 situation. There's no real need to rush it. You just want to make sure that you stay on side and you have the ability to receive the pass. She's quality enough to go one-on-one with anyone here. So I think she'd be ruined the fact that she strayed offside in an opportunity where she could have gotten a goal scoring chance for herself.
Definitely. August is under some pressure. August plays it to Simmons. Simmons touch, plays it wide for Sharp. Sharp is being chased by Williams. Sharp gets there first and cuts back, but Williams got a foot in, and this one goes in touch for a throw-in for the cutting edge team. Well, Zico cutting edge is in full control of this one. 2 goals up now in the 40th minute of play. Comfortable, passing the ball around, being in good defensive and offensive positions. So I think, but it just takes 1 goal in it, Zico, to turn the game on its head. The throw-in taken to Martin. Martin turns, tries to cross, but the ball goes to Serenity Colborne. Colborne looking for options.
It's a really quick 8-second count there from the referee there, George.
I thought he was counting up, Zico, then I realized he was going down. Anyways, back to action here. Jeffers.
A really quick 8-second count.
Definitely. But we can't say when he started counting in it. So here we are with Martin. Martin plays it out for Sharp. Sharp, the miscontrol, but still recovered, but being hounded by Williams, and Williams was fouled by Sharp. And there's a free kick. Yes, Zico, I thought that I heard 4. I was looking to hear 5, then I heard 3.
We went from Serenity Colborne catching it to him getting to 5. It's amazing time lapse of 3 seconds there, George.
Definitely. So this ball is being played over the top. Benjamin gets there first, but she's been hounded by 2 defenders, but did well to get out. Played it to midfield was a strong challenge just now by Skeppel there on Benjamin, and the referee is not taking too lightly to that challenge and having it and giving a bit of a talking to Skeppel for that challenge.
What's interesting, George, the real identification of where the danger is for Lady Master since the introduction of Skeppel. You've noticed that Tassian Benjamin has moved from her left back position to more of a centre back position to deal with the fact that Skeppel has been introduced down the middle of the field. And he definitely, Nabu would have recognized that this is where it's going to happen and this is where the action is going to be, and I need my best defender in that position. Nothing else that we would have, pretty much what we have grown to expect from Vincent Samuel as far as is his tactical awareness and his astuteness in terms of reading the game and dealing with the situation as is.
Yeah, more for sure. So here we have a throw in for the cutting edge team, taken by Benjamin, showed into a Johnny Henry. Johnny Henry rolls in it, but it was touched by Cochrane, and this one is a corner kick here for cutting edge.
So we're into what will be the second minute of stoppage time in the first half. It's corner kick by Johnny Martin from the right side of the field.
Corner kick taken, met by Melvin. Cleared by number 8, but intercepted by Weeks. Weeks was being challenged there. I think number 15, Williams Zico, is having a really good game. She's been alive defensively. She's trying to get into the attack. She's made some good passes. I think
She's been really impressive so far. Good, strong, aggressive defending, reading the danger. I think her offensive aspect of the game has to be improved, but a good show, good aggression, good work rate for young Williams there for Lady Masters.
And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. It's halftime here at the ABFA Technical Center in the 2025 ABFA Women's Premier League here with the Cutting Edge Football Academy leading Lady Masters FC 2-0. Goal scored by John Enriquez in the 13th minute of play, and the second goal scored by August in the 36th minute of play to give their team a 2-0 margin over the cellar-placed Lady Masters Zico. And from that, we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back for some second half action. Please stay with us.
Discover the Caribbean from a new perspective with Calvin Air Helicopters. Call us today at 789-4354 or email reservations@calvinair.com. From providing access to higher learning, fostering young talent in music, to supporting youth development initiatives, the Calvin Air Foundation is playing a pivotal role in nurturing the potential of tomorrow's leaders.
And welcome back to the second half of our lone encounter here at the ABFA Technical Center in the Calvin Air Women's Premier League for 2025. An encounter between Cutting Edge Football Academy and Lady Masters Football Club. And so far, we have Cutting Edge leading 2-0, 2 goals from Jordan Enriquez and Brianna Agos to give Cutting Edge a 2-0 lead here at halftime. It's been a really entertaining game thus far. I think Cutting Edge has dominated most of the game so far. Lady Masters was a bit flat until the introduction of young Skeppel into play, and they gotten a few opportunities. Unfortunately, Jeffers was a bit quick off the mark and have been adjudged to be offside in 2 occasions, which probably could have turned into some good goal scoring opportunities. But nevertheless, we're back out here in the second half, and Zico, just a quick rundown of the first half, in your opinion.
Just to add to what you're saying, Cutting Edge definitely in firm control. As we look to see the second half start, we see Cutting Edge would have introduced Irisha Allen for Khadija Proctor, and Lady Masters would have just substituted
Antoinette
Lynch for Zenobia Anthony. But just as you asked, definitely a good first half from Cutting Edge, getting 2 goals, getting that lead, looking to play comfortably from in front. And Lady Masters having it all to do in the second half to at least salvage a point in this match.
Yes. So we're into action here. There was a foul on Sharp. So there's a free kick to Cutting Edge to be taken by Abisha Henry. As I said earlier, Zico, the introduction of Irisha Allen, she's coming off the right. We have August and Ajana Martin up the middle, and Jordan Enriquez on the left. Then we have Sharp in central midfield with Simmons, so that means Proctor has been taken off. But the back four for Cutting Edge has remained the same.
Yes. Interesting to see how things progress. We see Skeppel playing on the right side, and Brianna and Tassia and Benjamin on the opposite side. Let's see if that stays as is with a 2-goal lead. I think Coach Nabu Samuel will be thinking he's firmly in control of the game, and there's no need to make that switch. But I think if Lady Masters managed to get one early in the second half, that could very well change. But the game is poised. As they say in football, the most dangerous lead is a 2-goal lead. That third goal is going to be really important. Who's going to grab that third goal? That's going to tell us a lot of what's going to happen for the next 35 minutes or so.
And here we go with Allen down the right. Full control. Allen cuts across the defenders, crosses one across goal. Here comes Martin, but Martin with a poor first touch. And Serenity Colburn was able to come off her line and collect that one. Courage starts with a big throw out. She throws it out to Skeppel, but Skeppel allowed that one to go into touch, and there's a throw-in for Cutting Edge. Yes, Zico.
Cutting Edge starting the second half the same way they started the first. Irisha Allen being introduced and right away doing Irisha Allen things, getting around that defense very rapidly and swinging a good cross. Unfortunately, Jana Martin elected to take a first touch when it probably would have been easier for her to strike that one first time. And the minute she takes that touch, Serenity Colburn is going to find that right position.
And a lovely ball through the gap there by August, but well read by the Lady Masters defender. Melvin has it. Melvin turns, plays it forward, but met by Abisha Henry. Falls here for Skeppel, but there was a foul by Cochrane on Abisha. So that halts the attack there of Skeppel, who was looking to exploit some space in behind of the Cutting Edge defense.
See a little bit of change in personnel in terms of the positioning from Lady Masters. Cochrane would have been moved to a more familiar central role, albeit at the, it looks like she'd be playing just off of Jeffers. Bellot also being deployed in an advanced position, and obviously Skeppel will be looking to make inroads. So let's see if that combination more centrally for Lady Masters gives them the desired result, and hopefully they can get something back to make this an interesting encounter.
Yes. And started shot there by Lady Masters. Melvin boosted upfield, but just into the center of the pitch and picked up by August. August strikes the goal, but Colburn shuffles his cross quite quickly and collects that one.
What do you think about this referee with his 8 second? What should be an 8 second count from the goalkeeper? It always starts at 5.
I think the rule says that you're supposed to be hearing all 8 counts in it, but we're only hearing 5. Well, I guess he's counting the first 3 in his mind, and then, you know, when it gets closer to the end of it, he's alerting the goalkeeper on the time that is left for her to get rid of the ball out of her hand. But Z, I think he's supposed to start from 8. We should be hearing the count from 8 instead of hearing the count from 5.
My point of contention, it seems like those 3 seconds are rather rapid. If we look at the time that ball is collected by either of the goalkeepers and how quickly we get to that 5 count. But hopefully that's something for the referee assessor to take a look at and make the required notes and adjustments as the season progresses.
Definitely. So that one is cleared out by Melvin for another throw in here to the cutting edge team on the far side. It's shown into Denisha Samuel. Denisha Samuel takes a touch, plays it into Simmons. Simmons turn but loses out to Skepper. Skepper plays this one through for Jeffers, but Tasia Benjamin read the danger and gets there first and calls her keeper out, Hodge, and Hodge comes out rather gingerly, but gets there nonetheless to collect. Another down by Bella to Cochrane. Cochrane comes across midfield. Cochrane elects to shoot, but Hodge was there and ready to get this one. Hodge has some time.
Bit of a speculative effort there from Cochrane, trying to beat Amaya Hodge from, I would say, all of 35 meters away from goal there, George.
Yes. Well, you could only score if you shoot. So I guess Cochrane is in that mindset, the same mindset that Brianna August has. Every opportunity you get to strike and goal, you strike and goal. But there's an infringement down on the far side there on Jordan Enriquez, and it seems like we're going to need the medic for this one. So the medic Duran Mead is sprinting across the pitch to go and give some assistance there to Jordan Enriquez.
I think at this, I think we've seen Lady Masters carve out a few half chances. Going forward, employing that direct approach, I think they could do well to switch things around. Drop Bella into midfield. She has a bit of quality. She has a bit of touch in terms of pass, but she doesn't have the pace to get onto those balls in behind the cutting edge defense. I would want to see Katanya Skeppel be the spearhead of that attack. We know she's pacey, she's direct, she's relentless in her running. So I think if they can manage to tweak that just a little bit, allow Jakayla to get on the ball in midfield, look to get that ball into that back of the defense and allow Skeppel to use her pace. I mean, she definitely has both of these centre-backs for cutting edge beat for pace. So I think it'd be interesting if they can manage to free that up and employ that tactic. And we can see if they can find a way to get back into the game.
Yes, and here we go now with Skeppel intercepting this one. She looked to take on the defender, but upended there by Samuel, but there's no call and chased down by Denise Samuel. Skeppel came back to try to win that one back, and Denise Samuel's on some pressure and kicks that one into touch for a throw-in. Well, Zico, in all fairness, we have the female, I think it's World Cup qualifiers coming up later this month at the Sir Vivian Stadium. I think it's the 27th of November, if I'm not mistaken. Antigua will be taking Nicaragua, Zico, and I think that's quite a mountain for girls to climb. Hopefully they are training and they are putting in that work, consistently, because they could be training but not training consistently. Hope they're training consistently and taking in whatever the coaches are trying to instill in them for us to get a favorable result in that game. I've been up to the stadium last night and I've seen the layout of the pitch, and it's one hell of a pitch, Zico. It's massive. So I hope these young ladies are fit. I hope it's not that size that it is. I hope they go down to the minimum instead of staying at the maximum.
I had a chance to see our men play against Aruba. And that was the first thing that jumped out at me. But here we go. We have that ball over the top. Skeppel tracking it down. I would say an amazing effort from a very acute angle there, George.
Definitely.
Skeppel narrowly hitting over the crossbar from a really tight angle. But again, just showing her relentlessness and her direct approach to things, looking to drag her team back in. But just going back to the field at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium, it's massive by the male standards. So I can only imagine the difficulty our females would have. Hopefully, as you say, that can be adjusted. That I don't think the size of the pitch is lost on anyone. Anyone who's been around football for any extended period of time, that's the very first thing you notice when you go into the grounds. Hopefully that can be adjusted, because I don't think we'd be doing our young ladies any favors by having them play on a pitch that size. But be that as it may, we can only make the observations. Hopefully the powers that be understand what we're trying to say and look at the situation objectively and make the best decision for the ladies. But I think it's a massive ask against Nicaragua. They're gonna need every single ounce of support that we can possibly give them. So hopefully everyone can clear their schedules on the 27th, I think, of November, and then give the young ladies the support. They're gonna really, really need it, and hopefully the hard work that they've been doing over the last few weeks put them in a good situation where we can have a bit of positivity from that game.
Well, most definitely. So Z, yeah, as you allude to the size of the pitch, I'm looking at this pitch now, and I would want to believe that this pitch here is at maximum. I would want to believe this is what a maximum size pitch looks like. And from the edge of the 18-yard line to the corner flag, Zico, is easily, I'm telling you, 2 or 3 times the distance what I'm seeing here now. I have whoever marked that pitch, Zico, probably was reading, had on a pair of glasses that they couldn't really see out of. Because that pitch was, I watched a man kick a corner, Zico, the ball didn't even go in the 18-yard box. The ball didn't go in the 18-yard box, Zico. But anyway, we're back in action here, and this one's falls for Jeffers. Jeffers is in the box here. Jeffers has an opportunity to shoot. She shoots, but straight into the arms, the grateful arms of Hodge, and Hodge will come away with this one here. And shows it out to Allen. Allen let it skips. It goes past her, but she tries to chase it down, but unfortunately she couldn't have gotten there, and this one goes into touch. A throw-in taken by Melvin into Bella. Bella lets it run, but picked up by Abisha Henry. Abisha looks at help. She has help in Samuel. Denise Samuel looks up, plays it into August. August has options, but decides to go back. Plays it across field to Denise Samuel. Denise plays it up to Ajana. Ajana couldn't get a hold of it, and now picked up by Skeppel. Skeppel being chased by Simmons, but still gets around Simmons. Gets around Samuel also, looking for some help. She crosses it, but was a lovely block there by Abby Simmons, and it goes into touch or corner kick to the Lady Masters team. And Skeppel is really imposing herself here in the second half. Zico giving a right go at it here, trying to get a goal here for her team.
And that's what we really expected. So again, kudos to her. A good covering defense from cutting edge. Obviously, it's going to be difficult to contain Skeppel 1v1, but we see that cover, that pressure cover balance being employed by the cutting edge defense to perfection.
Corner taken. It's a lovely corner here, straight in. Oh, and nobody was there. No one for the Lady Masters team was there. There was a brilliant corner there by Skeppel, beating keeper and defense. All someone had to do was just to get a touch on it, and definitely would have been a goal. But no one was alert enough. Bellet was a bit late on going forward to it, and now she's in a bit of an uncomfortable position there down on the ground.
But clear warnings being signaled, clear intent being signaled by Katanya Skeppel. And so if this cutting edge defense doesn't heed those warnings, we could very well see Skeppel hitting the back of the net or setting things up for one of her teammates.
And free kick taken by Henry up to Jana Martin, goes over Martin's head, but couldn't clear by the defense and being chased by Jordan Enriquez, but he was played into touch here by Weeks for throwing here for the cutting edge team. Yes, Zico. So knowing how the South Americans play, you know, the style of football being played by the South Americans, and as a coach, because I've been around quite a few coaches who are very strategic, and I'm not from the local standpoint, but from the international standpoint. And from the first time I've ever come this when I was with Montserrat, we brought in an English coach, Willie Donachie, and we was playing El Salvador. And Montserrat has the maximum size pitch. And no, we had the minimum, just above between minimum and maximum. He told the groundsman to mark the pitch to the minimum size. So like our players now will start to say like why we want to be at minimum. The president wants to know we want to be at minimum. So he says being at minimum is less passing space, is less running for your team, right? For your team to chase the ball down. So when the field is at minimum, they don't have that amount of space to run into. Everything becomes shorter, so players could get to the ball quicker, you know, and cut out areas quicker. So, and it works for us till, well, we made a mistake. I think we gave up a penalty in 80-something minutes, and that's how they beat us 1-0. But just the changing of the size of pitch played dividends, and I hope that, you know, that our coach are looking to try to make it as difficult, put it in the hot sun where they're not accustomed to shrinking the size of the pitch, you know, forcing them to run towards their own goal instead of we trying to be technical and try to pass it. But here we go with Jana Martin and the attack. She lays it out for August. August cuts, she turns, looking for help. Has Sharp chases it down. Sharp looks up, looking for help. She has Allen, plays it to Allen. Allen to touch and turn. Tries to get past the defender, gets past the defender. Allen crosses this one. And it back post is Jordan Enriquez. Jordan Enriquez and heads it down. Lovely headed down by Jordan Enriquez for Ajana Martin. And Ajana Martin slots this one into the back of the net. Here in the 56th minute of play here, and a 3-0 lead now for the cutting edge team here, Zico, and comfortably going away with this one.
Yes, Irisha Allen making a nuisance of herself as usual, using her speed and her directness, beating that semi press from Lady Masters and getting that cross. It was a good head down from Jordan Henriquez into the path of Ajana Martin, and this time Ajana not electing to shoot first time as opposed to taking a touch and finding herself on the score sheet, I want to say in her first game of the season, being out of action for the entirety of the first round.
Yes. Denicia Samuels with it, being chased by Jeffers. Now he falls to Abisha Henry, but still being hassled by Jeffers. Jeffers almost came away with that one, but Henry did enough to turn and clear this one up the line. Picked up by the number 18 for Lady Masters. Being hounded by Irisha Allen. She gets away from Allen, but Allen recovers and win this one. Allen looking for some help. None coming. So it's a battle between Allen, but coverage came from Sharp. Sharp has it, looking for help. Sharp cuts two. Goes infield. Tries to play it around the corner for Enriquez. Now it's with Skeppel. Skeppel has some room in front of her. One defender to beat. Pushes it wise around Tassia Benjamin. Gets around Benjamin. But coming across to help Benjamin is Samuel, but still Skeppel. Skeppel looking for some help. She has help in number 6. Number 6 has it. Tries to play it back to Jeffers, but ricochets off the defender Samuel and goes into touch for a corner kick here for the cutting edge team.
We've also seen the introduction of Kimaya Brown. She would have replaced Denisha Samuel moments ago. So Coach Nabu making a few changes, getting some players some playing time, being in a comfortable enjoying a comfortable 3-goal lead. Sorry, that's not Denisha Samuel. Denisha is still on the field. I want to say Tassian Benjamin. So Tassian Benjamin being withdrawn, obviously, through injury, and Kimia Brown being introduced to Cutting Edge Football Academy.
Yeah, that was from the corner kick. Another lovely corner by young Skepo, met by Bellot, but she couldn't have got it on goal. But it just skimmed wide of the goal and went into touch. So Skepo is being a menace on dead balls and also during the run up, the ball shown into Skeppel, a great touch by Skeppel, played around the corner to number 6. Number 6 played it to Cochrane. Cochrane has under some pressure, tries to get away from a marker but didn't. Abisha Henry has it now. Samuel through the middle, plays it for Sharp. Sharp with a good touch. Nifty footwork by Sharp, plays it to August, but a poor touch by August and met by Naomi. Williams played forward. Number 6 here has it. But the touch wasn't good enough by the number 6 player here for Lady Masters in Pell. Dijane Pell for the Lady Masters. So train for cutting edge to be taken by number 11, Donisha Samuel. She chose it up the field, picked up by Allen. Allen takes a defender on. Still Allen. Allen push. Allen is away from the defender, being approached there by Williams, but a lovely early ball across, but it's too close to Colborne, and Colborne comes out and collects this one comfortably. So we have some ways through the second half of play here. We're cutting edge with a solid 3-0 lead here over the Lady Masters team, and it's very easy to say that cutting edge is going to go with this one here, Zico.
Yes, we've gone through half of the second half, so time really running out for Lady Masters to try to stage a comeback. So we're into the 61st minute of the encounter. Just a reminder, we're playing 80-minute games here for the 2025 ABFA Calvinia Foundation Women's Premier League. So 62 minutes out of the 80 has elapsed, and we see Coach Nabu looking to make a few more changes, just having some players warming up off the bench. Obviously, a comfortable 3-goal lead and still dominating possession.
Yes, definitely. And here it is now falling in the box, but cleared by Melvin, ricocheted and back to Melvin. Melvin is trying to come out with it. Melvin still has it under control, charging forward, but intercepted by Ajana Martin. Ajana Martin turns to, she looks up, she shoots, plays it forward. Allen gets there first, but Skeppel beats the defender to it, and there was a foul there on Skeppel. Zico, so we have over give and take over a month before the female game at the Sir Vivian Stadium, and I haven't heard of any friendlies or nothing of that sort coming up for the ladies. And I don't think at this level, in the international game especially, that you're going into a tournament and don't test your team against another team. I think we need to know where we are, and you cannot know where you are in in-house scrimmages. It's difficult to know where you are in in-house scrimmages, and I think from the organization's point of view, these ladies need to be able to go out and play a few games against other female teams to see where they are, because you could only assess yourself against other opponents. You can't assess yourself against yourself.
I know it's a common practice to have our females play against younger boys team. I'm not a huge fan of that. The truth is, even if we do play our females against boys, it's really not even, and it's not something that you could properly gauge to see or use a tool that's effective, in my opinion, to see where the teams are. I like your suggestion of having them play friendly matches, but it needs to be against females and not males. I mean, we like to say, well, 13-year-old boys should be a good match for the females, and we've seen disastrous results. The truth of the matter is, winning is a habit, losing is a habit. And we've put our girls time and time again in the habit of playing against boys where they have no chance of winning, leading into tournaments. So they're going into the tournaments playing 4 or 5 practice matches against boys teams, and they're losing all 5. And then you expect this same group psychologically to switch from losing those games to trying to win, and it just doesn't work like that. The science of the game tells us it doesn't work, and I think that's part of our overall development that we don't look at, the psychological aspect of it. Football is a science, and it's no longer hard work and grit and determination. Everything has to have a purpose. There has to be a reason. There has to be a function. You have to look at the science behind of it. Anything you do, and I think that's where, in my opinion, just my opinion, that's where we've dropped the ball time and time again. in our development, not just of our females, but our overall development. I think there needs to be um, a bigger emphasis placed on the psychological aspect in terms of the four pillars of the game as we look to develop match winners for the future.
Yeah, most definitely. So we're back into play here. Ball played by goalkeeper Hodge, met by Naomi Williams. Now Bellot. Sharp has it, looking for options. She has Irisha Allen. She plays this one over the top, intercepted by number 18. Played forward, met here by Bellot. Bellot turns, looking for option. Bellot has Weeks, plays it around the corner. She shot a lovely pass back, but well read by Abisha Henry. Abisha Henry and Bellot here in a tussle, but Henry looked like she has the better of Bellot. And this one was kicked into touch for a goal kick here to the cutting edge team. And just quickly, Zico, I'm saying, as you said, I can't see boys playing against girls, and because girls are going to be intimidated by boys, regardless of the age difference. They are going to be intimidated by the boys. The boys are going to be quicker, they're going to be stronger, they're going to be physical. Because if you have a female team at the senior level, you're going to play them against 17-year-old boys or 19-year-old boys who has already developed and has a hunger for the game and that kind of stuff. And as you say, the scoreline is going to be not the best. And when that starts to happen, it because, as you say, losing is a habit and winning is a habit. So I think the best thing for us is to put our girls in a situation where they're playing against their own peers. Girls that are looking to compete in the same competition but probably in a different group and wants to develop themselves and want to test themselves. So it will be a competitive game on both ends. But here we go with Allen. Allen in the box. She tries to go around. Think this one falls for Cochrane, but Cochrane tried a little bit too much and it was intercepted there by August. August looks to strike, but this one is off target and the ball goes into touch. And just back to what I was saying quickly, Zico. I think the girls need to play against girls, as you said. And not once, not twice, maybe a good 3 times to assess themselves. You understand what I'm saying? Because we're going into a game and the most we can say is, oh, she looked good in training. I've played with so much players who look good in our Premier League. And when we get to the international level, I'm trying to figure out if it's the same person I played against 3-4 weeks ago in our Premier League. You understand what I'm saying? The international stage is a totally different stage than the local stage.
Yes, our experience tells us that those situations are different. And I think we need to put our girls, our players in general, put them in situations where they have a potential or there's a possibility to be successful. I just don't think that we put in any of our female teams playing against any of our boys' team in the country is setting them up for success. The prevailing idea is that, well, that's the level that they're going to be playing against because those other teams are going to be better. I beg to differ. The level is never going to be the same. The boys are, like you said, the boys are going to be quicker. The boys are going to be stronger. The boys are playing longer. They're more astute to the game. Their football IQ is higher. It's just setting our girls up for failure, and we've seen the really poor results when that happens, and I don't think it gets any better if we continue in that vein.
Definitely. Cutting on the attack here, but intercepted by Williams, played forward, picked up by
Camille
Brown. And there was an infringement there, bro. Yeah, but I think because over the years we keep doing that. Ever since I know myself, even when I was a 15-year-old, I have played against senior women teams when I was 15 years old, and that's years ago. I can't remember how much years ago that was, but that was years ago. You understand what I'm saying? So if since my time we're doing that, and it hadn't led to no success, so I don't see why we still continue that. The associations have changed, yes, but it seems like when the association changed, but the coaches has been the same. It's the same set of people kind of influencing the football.
But here's the thing, George. The truth of the matter is, you've tried it for so many years, it hasn't worked. Oh, there's Abisha Henry with another free kick, a long speculative effort. Unfortunately, Serenity Colborne allowing it to bounce, and she misread the bounce, mishandled the shot. So Abisha Henry adding to the woes for Lady Masters, I want to say in the 69th minute of play. So Abisha Henry from a long way out, making it 4-0 for Cutting Edge. Serenity Colborne, the usually safe hands of Serenity Colborne. I think You know, obviously the dew plays a factor in the ball being slippery this time of the night, but I think she put herself in a little bit of trouble there, allowing it to bounce as opposed to catching it straight out of the air there, George.
Yeah, definitely. Uncharacteristic of Colborne, but you know it is sometimes you're already under the caution. There's a lapse in mental concentration, and that was just the problem there with Colborne. And unfortunately, the ball ended up in the back of the net. But there was a misread there by Williams, but she was able to recover. Now the ball is with, looks like Bella coming forward here with it, looking for some help. But she's met by August. August takes this one, plays it through to Allen. Allen is around the number 18. Still Allen gets down the line. Allen elects to cross but changes her mind, looking to take the defender and gets past the defender. Now she's crossing. A lovely cross to Jordan Enriquez there, but Jordan Enriquez wasn't fully ready, excuse me, for that one. And she just turns around and plays back across the goal. Now Allen is on it. Allen's in the box. Still Allen. Picked up by Martin. Martin looking to shoot. Martin goes past one, but there's too much defenders to get a pass. And they come with it. This ball is now with Simmons. Simmons looking for options. Simmons tried to play it over the top, but met by the Lady Masters defense. This one goes into Jeffers, but a poor touch by Jeffers, picked up by Sharp. Sharp dispossessed. Now Brown, Henry, Allen. Played over the top here for Jeffers to chase, and Jeffers is on the run here. But this one, it's a bit hard for Jeffers, so Jeffers gives up on the run, but for some reason Melvin decides to come and put pressure and was there, but this one goes into touch and is a throw-in for the cutting edge team.
Just purely one-way traffic at this point for cutting edge FA, firmly in control of this game. You know, with a 4-0 lead and just trying to take it down to walking pace at this point in time, George.
Yeah, definitely.
But just going back to the point, for me, if we've tried something for X amount of years and it hasn't given us the results that we wanted, what exactly do we have to lose if we try something different?
Well, as when I was a player in Tobago, right? This one we had this coach. His name was Peter Granville, a very nice guy, very intelligent. A student of the game, definitely coaches quite a few youth teams, national teams in Trinidad and Tobago. He used to say, if you throw enough crap at the wall, George, some will stick. So I guess that's the approach we have. If we do it enough times, maybe we'll get some result out of it, because we keep doing it for years. As I say, I played against female national teams when I was 15 years old.
And I think, I mean, from again, being in the national program for a few years and having U15 boys play against senior female teams, there are times where the game, for the scoreline not to get out of hand, we've restricted our boys to 2-touch and 3-touch, which is unrealistic. But that's really the situation that generally tends to happen. And if we're not careful, I mean, again, being within the same national program, you try not to demoralize the girls leading into tournaments. And I think from that vantage point, I can firmly go out on a limb and say that that aspect of our preparation definitely doesn't get the desired result. So hopefully, again, just our opinion, hopefully the powers that be would look at realistically assessing the results that we've gotten from that idea, and maybe, just maybe, look at doing something different.
Yeah, we have a player down there for the cutting edge, and we're just waiting for confirmation on who that player is, because it's quite a distance away from us, so we can't really pick the number out. But yeah, and also Zico, I think we have to go away from this. The Football Association is in charge of international football in the country. The Basketball Association is in charge of international basketball in the country. It's not controlled by the government, but still, I don't think we get enough government assistance. And I know I'm not putting you in this, I am saying it on my own volition, so this is my opinion, not your opinion, so don't hash Zeke of it, hash me for it. I think the government or the Ministry of Sport and the Football Association need to see eye to eye. I don't know where the communication or the breakdown is. I don't know if it is from the government or it's from the Football Association. But I think in my time when I was playing, there was a lot more government involvement in the development of football, especially when we had combined schools and all these little entities where we could have gone and both were together, and we got fairly decent results. And I think from that standpoint, because football could be a very good marketing avenue for tourism, for advertisement, for so much different things. And I just think if we could get those two entities to work together, given resources from both parties, I think we could do better in our preparation. It does not always has to be financial. If you understand what I'm saying, if the government could contribute in giving us a weekend stay in a hotel so we could camp there and get them girls to gel and bond together, or give duty free on a team coming into the country, whatever the case may be, I don't know. I'm just spitballing it here. But we need these things to be in place in order for us to be successful. Because I don't think the Football Association is at the place where they could financially support, or especially now they don't have that large income of the ARG. That's just my take on that whole situation. If we could get to that point where both parties could work together, and I think we have a decent chance. But back to the action here, ball played forward, but cleared here by Hodge, under some pressure from Jeffers. At midfield here with Melvin, but Melvin with a heavy touch and met by Brown. Now August has it, plays it through the gap there for Enriquez to chase. Enriquez is on the run. Enriquez gets there, takes a touch, and elects to cross, and a lovely cross by Enriquez, but Colborne there to collect.
I think when we look at any sporting discipline, once it gets to national representation, I think and I agree with you, there has to be some sort of synergy between the member association that's responsible for that sport, as well as the government through the Ministry of Sports. Like you, I'm not sure what that arrangement is, if there is an arrangement, but I think it would be helpful, it would be useful if there was some arrangement, some agreement. Again, without the proper information, I don't want to suggest things that may not be even possible, because again, that's not our area of expertise. But from the outside looking in, it may be useful if we're looking at national representation for there to be some sort of synergy. Hopefully there is, and hopefully it can improve. Hopefully it can get better, because I think that's a key ingredient that we're missing in terms of putting things together, putting proper things in place to ensure the best preparation that we can possibly have.
Most definitely. I fully understand and agree with you. So we have some substitutions just now for Cutting Edge. Chloe Davis is on number 2, and there is number 18 is on also. Janiqua Lewis, and I think that's number 21 also. That's Janiqua Joseph is also on the pitch.
So we see the Ajana Martin being withdrawn, Brianna August also being withdrawn, as well as
Sharp. Brianna Sharp.
Being like that third player
out.
So we're into the 37th minute of the second half, or the 38 minutes of the second half, or the 78 minutes of play here at the ABFA Technical Center, and Cutting Edge FA enjoying a 4-0 lead,
7, 8, 9, 10.
coming down to the dying moments of the game.
Here we go with Skeppel on the breakaway. Skeppel is true, but challenged by Hodge, and in the summer, but Skeppel is able to chase this one down. Skeppel turns and shoots a goal and hits the bar, but now it falls for Jeffers. Jeffers now, and brave goalkeeping here by Hodge to get onto the boot of Jeffers, but a lovely strike there by Skeppel. And on the half turn, hitting the bar. Unfortunately, it didn't cross the lines.
Yes, again, that's the caliber of player that you're dealing with. Just unfortunate. Again, getting a shot off in a situation where it would have been incredibly difficult, but showing her quality, showing her worth, and almost getting one back for her team in the dying moments of the game.
And just now there was a steamy attack down the right-hand side there by Arisha Allen, and she struck on goal, but Colborne was up to the task to turn this one behind the goal line there for a corner kick, for Cutting Edge. Corner kick taken by Allen, but it was a not the greatest one. And then Melvin plays this one over the top, but met by lovely interception by Abisha Henry and played back. Now Cochrane has it. Poor first touch by Cochrane, but she was able to recover. Now the ball is with Sharp. Sharp is on it, plays it to Joseph. Joseph has it, try to play forward, but intercepted by Abisha Henry. Abisha Henry is still on it, looking for some help, but Abisha Henry looks like she's going to run this one into touch. This one is still with Abisha Henry. Abisha Henry comes around too, but challenged by the Lady Masters defense and was fouled. So there's a free kick for Cutting Edge down on the far side there, and look like this one will be taken by Abisha Henry Zico.
Yes, I think Abisha has had a very, very good game defensively, marshalling that back line for Cutting Edge and finding herself on the score sheet. I think she's put it in a good shout for a player of the match selection. George, what do you think?
I think she's up in the order for that, definitely, Zico. But there's been some good performances by Aisha Allen has had a good second half since she's been introduced. To be honest, yes, definitely. I would definitely go with Abisha Henry with the goal that she has scored and how she has marshaled the defense so far, keeping the Lady Masters at bay, and being this, trying to help start the attack for her team also as the central defender. But here we go with Lady Masters. This one played wide to Jeffers, but Jeffers can't get there, and this one goes into touch.
So the fourth official would have signaled 3 minutes of stoppage time. We're into that first minute of stoppage time, so there are 2 minutes left, and clearly it looks like Cutting Edge FC would be tallying another win in the Calvinier Foundation ABFA 2025 Women's League here at the ABFA Technical Center.
Turned by Chloe Davis. Chloe Davis goes past one, still under some pressure. And here we go with the Cutting Edge team. Simmons tries to play this one upfield, met by Sharp. Sharp with a lovely turn. Sharp looking for options. She has a couple of options for Fabi Lex to go back and was dispossessed by Melvin. Melvin is running with it now, looking for some action herself. Melvin cuts past one. Melvin looks up, tries to play it into the channel for Skeppel, but this one goes straight through to goalkeeper Hodge, and goalkeeper Hodge picks this one up and is using the full area to hold some time out while the referee counts down. Hodge boosts this one upfield, met by Bellot. Jeffers, poor touch but intercepted by Abisha Henry, played forward by Henry, and Allen is on the run here. Allen is in behind. Allen is still going. Allen tries to cross, but it was a miscue, and this one goes straight in the arms of Colborne here, Zeke. We're already into extra time here at the ABFA Technical Center in this year's Calvin Air Foundation sponsored Women Premier League in the encounter between Cutting Edge and Lady Masters here, with the Lady Masters Cutting Edge leading 4-0 it is, Zico?
Yes, 4 goals. We have goals from Jordan Enriquez in the 13th, Brian August in the 36th, Madonna Martin in the 56th, and Abisha Henry in the 69th minute.
Go play.
Intercepted by Martin. Martin to Samuel. Samuel tries to get away from a defender, but intercepted by Bellot. Still Bellot. A heavy touch by Bellot. And this one goes into touch. And a throw-in for the Lady Masters team. There's some kind of issue here. The fourth official, the referee is being called out by his assistant to talk to someone, and it looks like Naomi Williams has been issued a yellow card here. Zico for,
It looks like leaving the field of play. Leaving and re-entering the field of play.
So we're coming to the end of this one here, Zico, with Cutting Edge in firm control of it. It was an entertaining game. Cutting Edge has been the better of the team, but some bright moments for the Lady Masters team. Skeppel getting a few looks at goal, along with Jeffers getting a few looks. Unfortunately, being a judge offside quite a few times. Kayla Melvin being her usual nuisance, defending hard, trying to get balls forward. Bella doing a bit of work too, but she hasn't really gotten too much striking, goal scoring opportunity position. So, but there we have the final whistle here from the referee here at the ABFA Technical Center in this evening's Women's Premier League of 2025 here at the Calvin Air Foundation, sponsored with Lady Masters going down 4-0 to the Cutting Edge Football Academy here, Zico.
Yes, the dominant display by the Vincent Samuel-led Cutting Edge outfit. I mean, they would have signaled their intent early, been in control of the game from the first whistle, scored the chances that they created. It's unfortunate for Lady Masters. Another creditable performance by some of their players. Kayla Melvin would have stood out. The introduction of Kitonia Skeppel gives them a little bit of hope as the season progresses. Hopefully, we can see a little bit more of her as the second round plays out. I think that would be a welcome introduction or a welcome addition to their team. It's one of those teams that we enjoy watching. Hopefully, they can tweak some things. They have the foundations of being a competitive unit. With a little bit more coaching, a little bit more work on fitness, a little bit more attention to details by some of the players, a little bit more effort all around, I think the results can start to become really positive for them. Any team that young Skeppel is going to be in is going to be one to watch. It's going to be exciting. She's going to bring that vibe. She's going to bring that pace, that directness, that aggression. So hopefully things turn around for Lady Masters so they can continue to be competitive, because the truth is we really can't afford to have another team drop out of the competition at this stage.
For sure. So, and there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, the viewers, the end of our one and only game this evening between Cutting Edge FC and Lady Masters. Cutting Edge FC taking all 3 points here this evening and taking the prize money of $1,000, $500 it is for each win that your team collects, and Cutting Edge going away with the check this evening, Zico. So from me, George Saw Dublin, and my co-host Desmond Zico Blood, do enjoy the rest of your evening, and looking forward to seeing you back here at the ABFA Technical Center for the continuation of this league. Have a good night.
From providing access to higher learning, fostering young talent in music, to supporting youth development initiatives, the Calvin Air Foundation is playing a pivotal role in nurturing the potential of tomorrow's leaders. Discover the Caribbean from a new perspective with Calvin Air Helicopters. Call us today at 789-4354 or email reservations@calvinair.com.